What's up, guys? Specstar here today with a little bit of a quick video messing around on the OU ladder to celebrate with myself, by myself, my birthday. Celebrating it in the way a proper Poké nerd should, by bringing stupid sets on the ladder and trying to get work out of them. And in addition to my 5 unorthodox sets, I will be bringing a Cinderace because it is Gen 8 OU, and you need Cinderace. This is both my hazard removal and my hazard setting, so yeah, I need this stupid thing. Aside from that, I've got this Flapple, which I'm running, trying to use Ripen because this thing's always running Hustle. I thought it would be nice to actually make use out of Ripen, which does double the effective parries, so I never play tested it, but this should give me +2 attack on Lychee Berry, allowing me to Dragon Dance and then sub up to +3 attack. Try to make this thing do something with that. Next up, I've got this Octopus, which I'm running Octolock on, which blocks the opponent from switching and lowers their defense stats every turn, and I'm hoping to take advantage of that with Drain Punch and Sucker Punch. Then we've got this thing, which everyone who used it has found that it's useless, so I tried to invent a new set to hopefully make it less useless with no retreat, sword stance, and HP investment. Trying to get a double dance, maybe then this thing can finally do something for the first time. And my only coverage is Zen Headbutt because the only Pokemon that matters is Toxapex. Next up here, I've got a Scarf Obstagoon because Flame Orb was way too basic bitch for me. Making use of Parting Shot with that, and then Reckless Double Edge, trying to show off some of the other things this mon does, and as my dog is dragging his butt around, stealing my attention. Say hello to the people, Shadow. Hello. He's stealing my attention here. And then I've got Runegregas running Rest, Iron Defense, Chesto Resto, Shadow Claw, and Body Press. So trying to get my setup going with Iron Defense with some Rest annoyance. So let's see what this team can do. Probably not a lot, but we'll find out. Oh yeah, I'm using my Anger account. I better switch to my main. Here we go. Alright, now we're good. Now we're cooking. I don't know where I am on the ladder. I only played a little bit with some basic bitch rain stuff. Not for very long, so probably not very high. But you know, that rain can cheese out some easy ones on the low ladder especially. I'm playing at 6 AM. Oh, nice stall right away. That's fun. Are you having fun, buddy, playing this game? Yeah, I bet you are. Alright, so we're going to start off by playing stall. This is going to be very, very fun. He's going to lead off with Corsola, which I am just going to switcheroo this thing. And he can go into anything, and he does not appreciate the switcheroo. You're going to Mandibuzz, alright. I'll take your heavy-duty boots. You can go for Foul Play, not do much. Double Edge. God, that sucks. That's crappy damage. I mean, look at this Mon go in. This Mon is just going off. Because I know that's how you gotta act in these videos to get them clicks. Alright, he goes into Mandibuzz. I probably should have predicted that, but it's my birthday, so I don't have to play well. I'm just going to Parting Shot out. And then go into what? Caterpillar? I'd go into this stupid thing. Let's bring the thread in. It's time. I'm just going to Sword Stance up here. I don't want to lock into having my no retreat yet. He isn't a Toxapex, so... Ooh, we call that damage. He's going to have to switch out here. Goes into Gastrodon. Alright, I'm gonna close combat this thing. And Phalanx, of course, is the #1 answer to stall. He's gonna clear Smog, but I mean, not really any point. He's gonna drop my or he's gonna raise my defense. Yeah, he's not winning this exchange though, so I don't really see what his point is. Why don't I try to flinch this thing, actually? No, of course not. Alright. So he recovers up. I need 1 flinch and then this thing drops, right? Okay, I guess it's not going to be that way. Close combat this thing. Here we go. Now we gotta get the flinch, come on. Oh my god, I hate this stupid game. Pokemon is the worst game ever. This is the worst. Alright, on to the next one. On to the next one. I probably still could have done something with Flapple, but you know, screw that game entirely. Grapple locked also has some potential against Stall, but life is way too short to be playing Stall on my birthday, so hell no. He leads off with Cinderace. I've got the hard counter here in this thing, except no, I don't take high jump kick, so I'm going to parting shot out. Alright. Let's go into this thing, see if he wants to try the high jump kick. He does. Ah, that's beautiful. Now let's get my Iron Defense up. If he goes into Aegis Slash, we are well prepared to take that. He goes into Torkoal. I don't know what the hell this thing does. Who uses this Pokemon? Alright, let's Body Press and see what happens. Oh my gosh, that's a crit. That is no damage. Well, he's yawning, but I got the Chesto Berry, so I can just keep Body Pressing here. And we are going to wake right the hell back up, and another Body Press to take this thing out. He goes into Aegis Slash, which is by no means a counter. Now, watch this son of a bitch just... You know what, actually, I don't think before I reveal Shadow Claw he would go for King Shield. Oh my god, that would have done a ton. This guy. I can't believe it. So we're starting off with fun here. He flinches me, then he gets a crit. I'm going to go to sleep. This thing shouldn't be able to do much damage to me. Body Press will eventually hurt the thing. He goes for Solar Blade outside of the sun, so... well, I guess he's having a swell time. We'll give him that. I go for my Body Press. Take the thing out. There we go. There's Runagrigus, the threat, the sweeper putting in work. He goes on a Cinderace, which I guess has to be banded if it's killing this thing, right? Nope, it's gonna miss. This is one funky ass game, and we take that. You know what? After the bullshit with the flinch and the crit, we will take that. Alright, now we've aced some more standard ass stuff. I've decided I'm just going to mindlessly lead off with my Obstagoon every game, so that's what I'm going to do here. He leads Dragapult, and we have the perfect counter to here. He's probably going to go into Kinkeldar. I'm just going to parting shot. He goes into Komodo. Oh, and that fails. Jeez. Alright, I'll just go into Runarigus, which is pretty much my only option here, because I assume he'll just go for Clangorous Soul. Goes for Earthquake instead. That's fine with me. He probably wants to go into Seismitoad here, I would guess. I could go into this thing. How high are we on the ladder? High enough that he's going to switch out here. Let me see if I can go into this thing predicting the Seismitoad. He instead goes into Rotom. Alright. What do these things do anymore? I'm so detached from the meta, I do not know what things do. It's probably Nasty Plot, right? I'm just going to sub up. He's just going to Volt out as I go for a sub. Alright, well the threat is in. He goes into Grimace Snarl to combat this thing. He's going to taunt. Alright. Well, I'll just grab Apple the thing. He's going to reflect, but his defense is going to get dropped. and I know I'll be faster in this thing. Unless it's max speed, it would be 1 speed faster, but these things obviously never have speed, especially not this stupid gimmick set. He doesn't have any great answers to this thing, actually. Looking at his team. You can go for the Spirit Break here. I'll just go for the Grab Apple and kill the thing. No reason not to. And that thing's gone. Goes in Dragapult. Alright, I'm just gonna go into my Obstagoon. Not like it's gonna do much anyway else. So he's now faster. I could Parting Shot out or knock off the thing. I'll just click knock off. Oh my gosh, that thing is a monster. That Pokemon is a monster. Wow. I could Octolock the thing. That might have to be my play here. Or I could go into Runegrigus. I think this thing... No, it would just Dynamax then. No, Dynamax isn't a thing anymore. Duh. Phantom Force is this thing's physical attack, I believe. I don't think Shadow Claw would take me out. Phantom Force would. I'm just gonna go into this thing and rest. Because if he goes for Phantom Force or if he goes for Shadow Claw, I think that would be the play. Let's see if we can take this from full. Nope. Wow, Dragapult is a monster, I guess. Let's Octolock then. Unless this kills too. It does. Wow, this thing... Alright. But he has nothing for Phalanx. Phalanx about to come in here and win. Shut up. Yeah, you did not know about this threat. Which, I'm now faster. Of course not. Oh. Well, we can still win with Flap. All that was just set up to get him in range and get him set up to die to Sucker. And then Flapple wins. I'm just gonna throw the timer on. And I'm just ready to win this with Flapple after this thing drops this turn. There we go. And Wandering Spirit continues to go Mon to Mon. Brings in the Kamo here. And yeah, that is about game once it goes for Clangorous Soul, isn't it? Yeah, pretty damn much. Pretty damn much. Drain Punch kills. And then we'll just go into this thing and sub up for no reason as this is over. Alright, on to the next one. Someone is about to get swept by one of these threats. We had a little bit of work from Runerigus earlier, but one of these offensive threats is about to sweep someone. As we're facing a nasty looking standard Webs team that is gross. If you're running Darmanitan Galar, you're trying too hard. That's my wisdom here. He goes in Rabombi, but I'm just gonna go into my Cinderace. Okay. Gonna thank you for those webs. He'll set his up, and I'll just get this thing. And I'll go for Sucker Punch. Reflect. This Pokemon has Reflect now, okay. Good to know. That's a new thing. He goes into Toxtricity, which probably kills this thing. I'm just gonna click Pyro Ball. I guess he was predicting me to go into Runerigus. But I'm not trying that hard. This man is just sweating his nuts off right now. I'm gonna get full parried there. Oh well. Boom Burst, probably locked into that actually. Particularly based on his sweaty ass play. So I can go into this thing. Now, I would normally just go for Body Press, but this guy's like really sweating, so he might go into Dragapult or Ditto. I'm trying to do some bullshit. I'm just gonna click Shadow Claw. He sacks off the Darmanitan, alright. He brings in the Bisharp. Yeah, that thing kills us with Throat Chop, for sure. So I'm gonna go into my Obstagoon. And he goes for Night Slash, alright. I'm just gonna go for Switcheroo. Oh, he goes for Sucker Punch and failed. I thought Switcheroo failed for a second. I'm like, what? Alright, he's now locked in. We'll see what he goes for. I'm just going to click Double Edge. He goes for Iron Head. Alright. Maybe it's time to set up with the threat then. Might be time to set up with the threat. Oh god, don't flinch me, you son of a bitch. Do not. Ah! Pokemon is the worst. Pokemon is the worst. Alright. So what am I just gotta Drain Punch the thing, assuming I probably don't live, actually. So this is probably a stupid play. He goes into Toxicity. I'm just gonna Octolock the thing as it goes for Boom Burst. Now you're learning about the power of the Octolock. I have no idea if he's in range of Sucker Punch, but I know I'm about to find out. He is, when we get a crit. No idea if that mattered. Don't know if I have the energy to care anyway. He goes into Ditto, and he's now trying to become the threat. He goes for Drain Punch. I'll just Drain Punch myself. I know I have more HP than he does. Yeah, that's not giving him anything. Isn't a Dragapult? Alright. I'll just Octolock here. He can kill me if he wants to. But he's now locked in. Oh no. Okay, so Octolock doesn't affect Ghost. It doesn't work like Glare. Today I learned. Alright. Today I learned. Well, I've got to sack off this stupid thing. I'll get my Defiant boost for no reason. It'll get killed. Ah, there we go. That's what we call damage. I could go into this thing and try and Sucker Punch him, but literally he has no reason not to click Dragon Dance 32 times, so I gotta go into... I got no option. I'm just gonna click Sucker Punch and then click this red X. Alright, so basic bitch stuff 2. Heat stuff 0, but we're gonna have to bring it back here. I know this guy is about to get destroyed by my Obstagoon lead. He got nothing for it. This man, he's seeing my team and he's shook. I'm gonna put the timer, press the heat on him, and he's gonna let his nerves get the best of him, because he doesn't know what he's thinking, what he's seeing. He's like, oh my gosh, this man's got Grapple Locked and Phalanx, the double heat new Pokemon Fighting Core. I don't even know what those Pokemon do. That's what his mental process is looking like right now. He's scrambling. And he's ripe to get swept by Ripon, I think. Alright, this guy's gonna lead with Rotom, and he's about to get Switcherooed, which should cover anything he goes into. Oh gosh, what a turn. What a turn, huh? Okay, well, I'm now gonna click my knockoff. And he's gonna take his turn to Volt out. I could have just parting shotted, maybe I should have. But I'm fine knocking something off. Probably T-Tar. Goes an Excadrill. Alright, we'll take that. Yeah, that thing gets to a KO'd. There we go. And I got the speed to do it, so Obstagoon the threat will claim a life. I told you this man was shook, and he just made that play out of not even knowing how to process what's in front of him. So he goes into T-Tar here, which is perfect setup for my Caterpillar. That Stone Edge is going to do a goddamn million, which is ridiculous. Gets a crit, still does way too much even if it wasn't a crit. Alright, we'll see the Rotom come in, but we are in no retreat mode. This man is about to meet a real threat. He goes for Wisp, but close combat's still about to do a ton. He's now locked into that Wisp, so he's probably going to go to Gyarados here. I'm no retreat locked in, so I guess I'm just going to Sword Stance to be able to do some damage to the Gyarados and not be passive setup for it. Unfortunately, he's not Intimidate to give me the Defiant boost, but I'm about to flinch him anyway. Oh my god, that did 29. This Pokemon is so terrible. Oh god, this Pokemon is terrible. Oh, nope, this Pokemon's the best. Look at these flinches. Now it's gonna die to CC. Full Link's the threat. Claiming lives. Obstagoon gets a kill, then Full Link's the threat comes in. These are the Pokemon you gotta watch out for on the ladder, not this basic bitch stuff. Yeah, those things do nothing. It's these mons. These are the real threats. Alright, so hey. Let me just take those from you for a second. Yeah, I think I want your screens, buddy. Thanks for setting them up for me. I never got people who do all this kind of setup when there's clearly just the Cinderace here. I guess people's minds are still adapting to this Pokemon being a thing, but they always set up things that this Pokemon is just completely happy to take. And just go for the Pyro Ball and take this thing out as he picks whichever screen he wants, and he'll take the Reflect. Alright. Actually, I don't have any special attackers, so it's not like he needed that screen. I don't know why he clicked Light Screen in the first place. He doesn't have T-Tar. That thing's not setting up, though. I'm just going to go for my high jump kick. I'm guessing he's Bandit or whatever. He's going to go for Stone Edge. I could try to get him to miss just because I kind of want to see Flapple finally sweep, and it. You know what? I'm going to go for my chance to see if I can get this thing to sweep. Let's see him miss. I just want to see this Pokemon sweep. Let's get that miss. Actually, you know what? I got screens. I can Dragon Dance. Oh, he goes in a Rotom Wash here. That is a free sub. Except this thing is slower because I put no speed on it. Alright. He is about to fall prey to the threat that is Flapple. T-Tar comes in. That thing's just gonna get Grav-appled. Dead. Toxtricity comes in. Perfect Outrage fodder. No problem. Oh my god. That is terrible. Alright, well, this thing's slow, so we know that. Which means that Obstagoon can come in and just clean up. 2 double edges should wrap this thing up. Obstagoon remains a threat and a cleaner. You gotta remember this thing when you're looking for a mon to clean up. And actually that Rotom's max speed, so I'm going to have to win this thing with my Octolock. Or my Grapplock. I'm going to Octolock just because I need to show him the power. There we go, now he knows. Now he knows this Pokemon's packing heat. I had to send a message there. Because some mons, like Full Links, did not show off the power. But it did get the flinches to come in clutch, so I will be keeping that mon on the team. Oh, now we find some very try-hard basic bitch stuff. But that is exactly what we want to show off the true power of this team. He leads Corviknight. Mirror Armor means I can't go for Parting Shot, but I can go for Switcheroo. If he wants to go for Body Press, he's locked in. And he will go for the Body Press, but he's now locked into that, so I can go to Phalanx, which actually looks somewhat promising here. I'm going to Sword Stance because he's probably going to go into Gastrodon. And he will. Alright, I'm going to go for CC on this thing. Do quite a bit. He goes for counter. Oh, alright. Well, I'm going to go into this thing and sub up. See if he wants to give this thing the potential to set up here. He goes into Corviknight, so it's possible. He goes for the U-turn as I go for my Dragon Dance. And he goes into Darmanitan, and this thing I assume is obviously Scarf, so no luck there. Oh, he goes back in a Corviknight. Alright then. That's another Dragon Dance. Not sure what he was expecting exactly. Oh, I gotta fix this thing's HP. Damn. It's got odd HP. I need to give it even HP. There we go. And sand comes out, so that's not gonna wind up screwing me, which is nice. T-Tar goes out, Corviknight comes in. Alright. And my defense will drop. He's going to U-turn out. I just sub here. And now I've got my Ripen. I got my extra attack. He has this thing, which is faster, so that will do me no good. This is looking like a pretty fat L, if I do say so myself. But you know what? Now is when the real threat comes in. This is what he's really got to watch out for, the Runakrigas. Everything else, just to get in his head to set him up for this very moment where he finds himself vulnerable. Using the Gastrodon, which will die to my body press should I not get burned. And I don't. And it doesn't die. God damn it. These Pokemon all suck. Alright. Well, shit. I guess I gotta click Iron Defense again. As that turn he decides to Scald. Alright. Well, I'm gonna get my one kill here with Octolock. So I can hold my head up high, not a 6-0. Pride on the line. Actually, you know what? He's about to get swept by this Octopus. It's his day of reckoning. I'm going to protect here as he goes for the Scald and does not opt to recover. Yep, predicted immaculately. Oh my god, everything is garbage with no attack. Everything's weak and garbage. Alright, we gotta find the next one. I think we got in this guy's head though, so maybe we can bring it back. Alright, that looks like an easy Obstagoon lead. He goes into the Darmanitan, which is easy setup for this thing. Just drain my health back. Oh my gosh, that killed. But now, joke's on him because he has nothing for this thing, which is about to win the whole game. Starting with the Darmanitan going down. We got this game starting here. Alright, I'm just going to double edge the Hydreigon, which is also Scarf. Interesting. Don't see a lot of them running Scarf anymore, but I guess that's the one. Let's see what we do with double edge. 75. Alright, but he is now primed to be set up on by... Let's see here. Is it the time to bring in Caterkiller? It might just be. And we ain't retreating around here. There is no retreat. This guy's getting a fat block. I ain't got time for that. Corviknight comes in. Now, the threat is about to take place. He goes for Brave Bird. Not even to Citrus. Alright. I don't think I can't draw up my defense, so I gotta go for Zen Headbutt here. He's gonna pop my Citrus now. And he is in the face of a threat greater than he could have ever possibly imagined at this moment. He is now more frightened than he could have possibly ever imagined himself being at this moment. Phalanx, the threat, has just claimed another life. Hydreigon comes in. He'll have to lock in a Draco Meteor, which means another threat will get to set up. Or I can go for Flamethrower. You know what, that's good enough setup for my Flabble. Which I'm just going to sub. He's got Ferrothorn, which means that this Pokemon is like absolutely guaranteed to do 0. But hey, maybe he's not maybe he's not Gyro Ball. Maybe he's Power Whip for no reason. Even though this thing should always be Gyro Ball. Alright, he is Gyro Ball. I'm just gonna go into Cinderace then, as everything's just Slender Wave in this meta. You got a bunch of Mon just spamming this everywhere, so that's always the sign of a healthy, strong meta. He goes into his Rotom on this thing. I'm not gonna get to Pyro Ball the thing. I guess he'll just go for a Volt Switch or whatever. Or he'll do that. I'm just gonna easily survive the overheat and then rest up. He Shadow Ball. He drops my special defense. Okay. Fun stuff. Well, he's about to get body pressed into Oblivion. Except no, because now he crits. This is a fun meta. Alright. Maybe he's got no speed then. That would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice if he had no speed on this thing? There we go. So I gotta get in a range of Ripen. Alright. Why is it saying 51? Oh my god. Subs. You can't sub to 25% anymore? The fuck is this shit? Now what he doesn't know is that he is about to face a monster greater than he ever could have possibly imagined once this thing gains its attack. And now Outrage is probably going to do 20% to Ferrothorn. That's my prediction for this turn. But watch me immaculately predict that and click Grav Apple. Boom. Now his defense is dropped, which means this is about to do 40%. Big damage. We don't screw around here. Boom. 57%. That's the threat that is Flapple. Alright, this thing is now in range of Grapple Locked, which I'd rather send in than the other thing. Alright. Now, this is definitely where Mimikyu wins, but let's be optimistic anyway. Yeah, we can do it. Alright. Dracozolt comes in. I'm going to protect. I'm probably going to die to Volbeak anyway, but this thing misses, which is the beautiful thing about it. So I'm going to go for my Octolock on the Volbeak miss. Or not. Alright. Well, what we've been doing this whole time, when you've been seeing losses to basic teams, what I've been seeing is the honing of my power, preparing for one ultimate moment. And this game might be that moment where one of these threats finally gets a goddamn sweep after all this time. Alright. Leads off with Darmanitan Galar, like the most basic of bitches. I'm just going to go for a knockoff on this thing. He goes for a U-turn, which cannot even kill this monster of a threat. We will see the thing scarfed, and I guess probably Jolly, or that was a speed tie. But probably Jolly, because you need to be Jolly for others of that thing, because it's the lead in every single goddamn game in this metagame. Man's taking his time to figure out what an Obstagoon switch-in is, because they don't simply exist. This Pokemon is too much of a threat. He doesn't even know how to handle it. And this thing looks like a clean threat to sweep his team in the late game. He's got no switch-in except for Mandibuzz, which comes in now and gets knocked off. There goes its heavy-duty boots. Alright. I didn't bring a switch-in for this Pokemon. I gotta take its item or something. Alright, what am I going into? I couldn't just sack the Caterpillar because he's got Hatterene, which guarantees it does nothing. Pretty much. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, boys, this might be one more fat L before the threats take over. Alright, this thing comes in, which I guess is gonna go for a Trick Room. Probably. So I'm going to go with a threat that is Runerigus. He needs to invest to be faster than this thing, so he probably isn't. And he goes for Psychic. Alright, I gotta go for another one here, I think, to chance my kill on it. He goes into Silvally Ghost, which just takes a big hit from this thing. And I'm gonna go into my Caterkiller. Oh, he claims it's a misclick. I don't know what he was trying to go to. Maybe the Mandibuzz. Multi-attack here, but the threat has just become real. You don't know what to do now. He's shaking in his boots. I can sense it. He has an Mandibuzz. Okay, but that's just about to get bopped by the close combat. 40! Ah, this thing's so trash. Well, Caterkiller, the great Pokemon, does some great things there for the team. I'm going to go back into the Obstagoon, and as he roosts, I'm going to switcheroo him. Ah, there we go. And then we're just going to parting shot out. As I assume he's not just going to click roost again. Goes into size. Uh-oh. You done goofed. You just goofed, man. The threat is in. The threat is real. My man got nothing for the Flapple. Mandibuzz, just set up fodder for it. Goes for foul play. That's nothing. Does that kill from here? Yeah. Of course it does its stab. Alright, so I'm gonna get my berry. And then he is about to die to my outrage. No, Pokemon. Alright. Well, I guess we learned the lesson that when things are not used, they're not used for a reason. Tell that to your kids. I guess they'll be on a Seismitoad. I kind of just plain, click this thing in to come in without much of a reason. Didn't really matter anyway. He goes in a Seismitoad. Not like I got a great switch in, so I'm just going to kick the thing. I guess he's opting not to set up hazards, which is probably smart. Although, a man can hope. I'm going to go in this thing in double edge. He might try... Oh, Mandibuzz is dead, so he's not going to try to get his item knocked off. Alright. I'm just going to go for double edge here. Let's see if this thing can kill. It is reckless. Nope. Of course not. Alright. I guess it's Grapple Lock time. Grapple Lock, this is where you shine. Sucker Punch the thing as it goes for Scald. Oh my god, it lived. God damn it. Alright. Well, we're about to win this next game then. One of these threats is finally going to do something. Alright, he's got Basic Bitch Darmanitan, which is going to be the lead, and then he's got Hatterene, which means that Phalanx can't do anything. But it looks like food for Flapple, so probably our easiest win ever. Alright, he leads Frostlass for some reason. I don't know what this thing's supposed to do. I guess go Thunder Wave. Yeah. Thunder Wave like every goddamn Pokemon clicks in this game. Okay, so he gets hazards there because of the para. Another one will be set up here. But we got Court Change, so there's that. And we do have the Spin Blocker and Runerigus, which is a very useful Pokemon, by the way. Very useful, just like these other threats. He is in a Dragapult, which is not going to sweep. I guess they're all Dragon Dance now. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go for Sucker Punch, as he's probably gonna kill this thing with Dragon Darts, because that's what that move does. Just smash this team into oblivion. If I get a Sucker Punch damage off on this thing, then I can probably respond with another Sucker Punch from the Cinderace. I'm going to put the timer on, and hopefully this man doesn't realize if he clicks Dragon Dance I can do nothing. Oh, he has a sub. Alright, on to the next one. On to the next one. Alright, I guess we learned the lesson that random monsters threats smushed together on a team cannot respond to Dragapult. Alright, now we're facing Rain, so the guy's really getting creative with his team building here. We got a bunch of stuff you don't see on every team, like the Rain, Dracovish, and Seismitoad, and Webs, so, and Frothorn, so a very, very unorthodox team composition here by the opponent. Got no clue what to expect out of this one. Alright, I guess I'll just lead off with this thing like always. He goes for Ribombee, which, yeah, I guess I'm just going to parting shot out into my Cinderace. These turns of just bringing in the Cinderace to click Core Change on a Sticky Web against Rain is what this generation is exclusively. That is Gen 8 summed up entirely. Stun Spore, cool stuff, boy. Real cool stuff. Alright, Pelipper comes in. I don't have any reason to save this thing, do I? I guess for Froth. No, I got a bunch of things to deal with Frothorn. Yeah, I guess I'll just click High Jump Kick. Alright, cool turn. I'll click Knock Off. If he opts to leave this thing in, it's losing its Stamp Rock, so that's nice. He goes into Mantine, I'll knock that thing off too, no problem. It's an offensive Mantine, okay, that's something, isn't it? This thing doesn't learn Hurricane unless it's new. I'll stall out his Rain a little bit. Oh, they gave this Pokemon Hurricane, ain't that cute? Ain't that cute? But I'm max specially defensive, so that thing is now, for all intents and purposes, Grapplock's bitch. I'll protect up here, and then does this thing die to Sucker now? Nope, not even close. Not even close. Alright. So what we do is we go into this thing, and then we just sack off the Cofagrigus. That's the easy play here. Then he'll go for Hydro and probably kill this thing. If not, I'll go for my Iron Defense and become the greatest threat known to man. Interesting set here. Flink's time is now, though. No retreat, no surrender. Oh, god damn it. Well, you know what? He landed one Hurricane, which means that he cannot land another. That's exactly what that means, but he's got Ice Beam. Alright. Well, we gotta win one game, or we don't gotta win one game. That's damn near impossible. We gotta do one game where one thing does something. But even that might be too much to ask at this rate. Alright. This thing is the lead in every damn game. It goes for U-turn like it does every single time. Fun stuff. This generation remains fun. We face some very unique, fun things like Cinderace and Darmanitan and Dracovish that you don't see in every game. And Corviknight, which isn't spammed everywhere despite not even being that good of a Pokemon. Alright, well, look at this thing. Hasn't switched out and it's got us up in the scorecards. So, Obstagoon, is it a threat as a Scarfer? You tell me. You tell me. Alright, he goes into this thing, which sets these up. I'm gonna go for Pyro Ball as he probably clicks Taunt. He goes for Thunder Wave, so it's not Taunt. Alright, I'm just gonna Court Change then, as he probably goes for Light Screen. Which would be kind of pointless, but he might. I can get Paralyzed, and that would be my screen. I'm gonna sack this thing off, my Obstagoon. He goes for Vicious Rend, which means that I do have a setup with my Flapple now. But he's got Corviknight, so it can't possibly do anything, which means I've got to go out into my Runegrigus. And he instead goes into Grimace Snarl. These things are usually mono-attacking Spirit Break, so I'm going to go for Iron Defense and trying to set up on the thing. But hey, maybe this will be the one that's not. I'll just keep Iron Defensing up. This thing is actually almost even a threat to his team. Dracovish, I wonder if that thing... It probably 2 KOs. This thing's stupid. Yep. Yep. Even at +3, that thing 2 KOs. That's just a nuts Pokemon. Okay, well... You can go into Corviknight on this thing. Yeah, I don't have any other options except going into this thing. I guess I'll just sub up. He goes into this thing. I'll Dragon Dance. I don't know, maybe we can scrap something together. He goes for Spirit Break. Alright, he's gonna go for Thunder Wave here. Yep. And I'm just gonna attack with the Grav Apple. And, yeah, he shouldn't be able to be faster. I doubt he has speed investment, so he can just set up his screen. And, should be Darmanitan coming out here, I'd assume. Yep. Alright. Gonna go for Icicle Crash. Alright. I got on this stupid thing. And then he probably goes into Dracovish, so... Don't really have much of a play. I'm just going to go into Grapple Locked and try to survive, which it won't do. It's going to die. Alright. And now it's time for this thing to somehow survive, even though it won't. Yeah, alright. Well, we're pretty deep into this thing, so that's going to be about it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourself a good night.